Hey guys, what's up? It's Justice. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a little different. I'm going to show you guys how I made this breakfast themed charcuterie board. So I actually got the idea from Queen of Vacay on Instagram, and I can link her page down below if you guys want to check that out. So basically, I just started out with clean and washed fruit. I started by chopping my strawberries first by cutting off the top part and then cutting them in half. I used strawberries, raspberries, grapes, and not raspberries, blackberries, grapes, and kiwis for this board. When I was at the grocery store, I made sure to get a variety of fruit with different colors so that everything can kind of look bright and visually appealing. I also got a decent amount of fruit because of the size of the cutting board that I was going to use. You may use less or more depending on how much space you need to cover on your board. So after I was finished cutting up the strawberries, I put them in a small bowl and then put them aside, and then I started to work on the grapes. So the grapes were a little tricky. I kind of wanted like a long vine of grapes, but the particular bag that I picked up was basically just like a whole bunch of big clusters. So I had to cut pieces to try to recreate a vine, and you'll see me trying to arrange them to create that later on in the video. And then once I got what I thought would be enough, I put those in the bowl and put those aside too. So next I had the blackberries, and obviously there's not like a whole lot of chopping you have to do with this, so I just put those in the bowl and put those aside. So now for the waffles. So I started by spraying a cooking spray onto the waffle maker, and then I used a measuring cup to pour the waffle batter onto the waffle maker. I didn't use an exact measurement, I kind of just eyeballed it. And then as it was cooking, I would kind of periodically check to see when it might be finished. And when I thought it was done, I basically just lifted it out with my spatula. By the way, this is a Dash Mini waffle maker that makes waffles, as you can see, obviously, in the shape of a heart. I got it from Amazon for about $10, but you can find it at other places like Kohl's and Target. I ended up having to make about 7 of these to fit them across the cutting board, but you can make more or less depending on the size of your own board. Okay, and now for the fun part. After I got all the food ready, I started with arranging the waffles across the board because they're kind of like the centerpiece of the whole thing. And as you can see, I overlapped them a little to kind of make it look a little bit more interesting. And then I moved on to the grapes, and you can see how I kind of tried to recreate that vine that I was talking about earlier. Then I put the strawberries and the blackberries onto the board to make sure that they took up as much space as possible. I feel like the more full a charcuterie board is, the more visually appealing it is. Then I went in with the kiwis that I actually had to cut off camera because I completely forgot that I had bought them. But as you can see, the kiwis add a different color with a bright green, and they give it a nice little pop. Then I took a bowl that I got from Target for like $3, and I put my syrup in that bowl next to the waffles. So the bowl also helps to take up more space on the board, and it also gives it more dimension. Things like texture, color, dimension, and fullness are what you want to make a great looking charcuterie board. So as you can see, I'm kind of rearranging the fruit. I added some more blackberries to the other side, and then I added 2 halves of a kiwi. And then I went ahead and filled up the bowl with syrup. So that's basically it. That's the final look. This was really fun to recreate and even more fun to eat. I don't know what it was about eating fruit and waffles, but it created like this luxurious experience. Let me know in the comments what you guys think and if you plan to try this. Don't forget to also like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys in the next video.